The mitochondrion operates as a topological decoder. It is the biological site where abstract mathematical laws are translated into metabolic work. As the organic textures dissolve, we find the underlying mathematical architecture. Here, the Quran functions as an eternal memory tesseract. It provides the topological blueprints that dictate how energy and form are conserved across boundaries. Biology is the physical execution of these laws. This intersection connects systems theory and molecular biology. By applying topological mathematics to the cell, we map the structural requirements of life back to its source code. We are decoding the Arash-Kursi manifold at the microscopic scale. These are active structural codes. They are the coordinates through which the body maintains its existence. Living systems require a physical boundary to separate an ordered interior from high-entropy surroundings. Without this enclosure, internal energy would dissipate instantly. This first boundary is the outer membrane. Topologically, it is the Arash, the derivative shell that defines the limit of the local system. Inside this shell, a second membrane is required to manage the actual flow of energy. To function, this inner layer must expand. It folds into cristae to maximize its surface area within the fixed volume of the Arash. This expansion is a geometric necessity. It allows the cell to house the vast potential energy needed for life without breaching its outer container. This structural extension maps to the coordinate 2, 255. His Kursi extends over the heavens and the earth. In this model, the folded inner membrane is the Kursi, the active extension of authority. The Arash remains the fixed boundary, while the Kursi provides the dynamic interface for work. This dual membrane architecture creates a shielded environment, isolated from external fluctuations. The cell survives because it executes this Arash-Kursi topological requirement. It creates a stable interior by maintaining two distinct layers of authority. The system's power is generated in the space between these two boundaries. This intermembrane space functions as a capacitive bridge where the Arash and Kursi approach each other without touching. In topological terms, this gap is the water of coordinate 11,7, the medium that sits beneath the throne. Protons accumulate here, building a dense electrochemical gradient. This gradient is the physical equivalent of the 1912 activation operator, the kuva, or voltage. Kuva is the structural tension required to hold the system together. It is the centromere grip that prevents the biological components from drifting apart. This organized internal state stands in direct opposition to the default entropy of the environment. The voltage acts as an activation threshold. It ensures the system maintains its integrity under its own internal pressure. Because this gradient is mathematically defined, protons can only cross back through specific permitted channels. The 1912 voltage provides the torque that keeps the biological circuit alive, preventing the cell from collapsing into historical noise. To convert this tension into energy, the cell uses a two-part mechanical system. First, the electron transport chain pumps protons into the intermembrane gap. Structurally, this is the driver, pushing the cascade forward to build the gradient. Second is the ATP synthase, a molecular rotary engine. This engine is the witness, integrating the flow of protons into a stable chemical output. The convergence of the driver and the witness is the 50-21 singularity. This singularity translates the structural pressure of the membranes into ATP, the currency of the cell. The engine fires only when the gradient meets the precise requirement for activation. This is where the structural tension of 1912 is harvested. The geometry of the tesseract dictates the tangible work performed by the cell. Beyond the spinning turbines of the ATP synthase lies the innermost mitochondrial matrix. This shielded interior is the heavens and earth protected within the Kursi. Inside this matrix resides mitochondrial DNA. This genome is circular, non-recombining, and inherited through the maternal line. Unlike the nuclear genome, which is subject to continuous mutation and reshuffling, this mitochondrial ring remains stable. This invariant signature is the al-Kitab, the mother of the book. It is the preserved memory at the center of the engine. Physical memory caps, the 3846 boundaries, ensure the genome returns to this seed state after replication. The matrix is a sealed container. It demonstrates that derivative life relies on an unbroken memory core to exist. Looking at the system as a whole, we see the mitochondrial engine running. Its perpetual motion aligns with coordinate 2255. Their preservation tires him not. The organelle repeats this thermodynamic cycle hundreds of thousands of times a day. The engine functions because it is built on a foundation that does not sleep or slumber. The cellular process and the topological circuit are consistent. The light is conserved and the return is completed. The structural correspondence between the text and the cell is now visible, as 1964 states, and your Lord is not forgetful. The engine is waiting. The blueprint is real. When will you activate 1912?